old abandoned fort. The forest had grown thick over the years, swallowing what remained of the path, roots folding over stone, leaves dripping the trail like curtains meant to keep the curious away. Between the trees, where the light thinned and the air cooled, the outline of the fort began to emerge. Not suddenly, but slowly, as if remembering itself. It stood heavy on the ridge, its towers broken, its walls veiled in moss, and the wind moving through it like breath through old lungs. The first step inside brought a change in the air. Sound fell away, dust shifted, the world outside thinned, and the light behind him grew dimmer, though the sky was still clear. Stone walls, once proud, leaned inward, as if the fort had grown tired of holding itself up. No birds called, no insect stirred, only silence moved with him, following closely. The main corridor stretched far, lined with arches that led into forgotten rooms. Through one doorway, a long hall sat empty but for a rotted table. It would bowed in the center as if something heavy had once rested there for far too long. A fireplace, black with age, marked the far end. Its chimney had collapsed inward. Pale ash still lingered beneath it. Further in, the fort grew stranger. A staircase without rails descended into darkness. A hall of windows opened to nothing but stone walls. A room full of broken chairs all faced a single cracked mirror, its surface dusty yet intact, reflecting the shape of the doorway but not the one who stood in it. The air there pressed close to the skin. Light faded early. Clouds had rolled in quietly. The sky dimmed before it should have. A small upper chamber still held part of its roof. The floor was dry. The walls stood mostly whole. Night came without announcement. Stars blinked above. The wind had stopped. Sometime after midnight, the quiet changed. It thickened. Footsteps, light and slow, moved across the stone below. Not hurried, not wandering, just moving with intent. They reached the stairs, climbed one by one, then stopped just outside the room. No knock, no voice, only stillness. Morning brought no warmth. The hallway carried a chill that hadn't been there the day before. In the layer of dust along the floor, a line of bare footprints curved away from the stairs and down a narrow hall. The prints led to a wooden door, half closed, its edges softened by rot. Beyond it, a spiral staircase descended into the stone. The chamber below sat round and low, carved deep into the earth, lit only by the faintest gray from a slit above. The walls were covered in writing, hundreds of names, etched in hand, some shallow and delicate, others jagged and frantic, letters stacked over letters, dates trailing into nonsense, a few full sentences scrawled with trembling hands. One wall bore familiar names, a father, a grandfather, others less known but still unsettling in their presence.
The steps back to the surface stretched longer than before. The hallways felt narrower. Walls leaned a bit more. The fort no longer watched, it remembered. Outside, the forest had grown quieter. The sun sat behind a pale film of cloud. The road back through the trees carried no breeze. The world resumed, slowly, as if waking from a deep breath held too long. The fort remained behind, unchanged, unmoved, as it had for years. Still waiting, still holding, still listening. And in quiet places, far from the ridge, sometimes a thin layer of dust appears on a windowsill, though no wind had passed. A print to bear to be long. And the air, just for a moment, grows heavy, not cruel, not sharp, only ancient and aware.